They've been waiting for this day. Hating humans. In the dark, all this time. The evil.
So, we get another one of these roots. And
who keeps dropping these at us?
that is actually like a really good point. It's like because Akiko was able to find one because she was led by Shu. She was led to one of those by Shu, whereas all of the other ones that we have gotten so far, yeah, literally somebody just dropped them. Now, to be fair, the tree that we see around us, this is actually that otherworld tree.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe the Yamibito are collecting them, although we have never really actually seen that properly happening.
Yeah. You ever just take a golf club to a guy?
And then steal his knife?
Yes.
But yeah, this mission was made possible by Yorito.
Crystal Pepsi. Oh.
You know, I was going to do that, but I stopped myself, but then you did it anyway, because I expected you to do that. In any case, Yorito moving that cupboard from over there. Now, this part is a little bit frustrating. I had to redo it several times, and at this attempt I was already getting kind of frustrated with constantly having to, you know, go through the same part all over again. It's somewhat finicky because you have to... what is preferable is that you kill literally all of these Yamire, but they keep coming. There is a finite amount of them, as we have learned before, but you, but it's a pretty big number, especially here.
And this is not an action game.
Yeah, exactly. And also you have to take into account that our psychic girl over here, she isn't exactly the best runner.
Nor is she a Homestar.
Mm-hmm. No, well, I mean, she is kind of an attractive person. But yeah, who we made move right there was none other than Tomoe in her Yaimbito form. I messed it up over here, like, pretty big. Because what you're... Ideally, you should be able to get out of here before she gets back. Ideally, you shouldn't have to deal with another Yamibito who's...
Oh, Lord.
Who's found you here. So yeah, literally everything going wrong. I do not have the stamina to run. I cannot wait here for it to recover. So I'm just trying to get outside and move, asshole.
Hey, clipping through the door, that's cheating.
And look at how many friends he brought with him.
Jesus Christ.
You see what I mean? Like, I thought that they have stopped spawning. But thankfully, they can't open doors.
They don't have thumbs.
I believe that they also cannot spawn outside. Or no. They can definitely... I'm pretty sure they can spawn outside now, because it's already dark out. But yeah, here is a very important thing. Once we get down from this ladder. By the way, if you can actually press a button to drop off a ladder quickly. I just never really realized that you can do that.
What is this? So much power.
Yeah, so we've seen one of these before. Akiko found it in the kitchen, if I recall correctly. And like I said, like I also said, we were going to get several of these. They're sort of key to being able to actually complete the game. As is this. A handgun is also a key.
By the end of this, every single character is going to be loaded up with guns.
Well, sadly, they mostly don't keep them. Also, I have no idea how this guy got in here, because in all the other attempts I made at this stage, I don't think I ever had any Yamire just like come up to me in that specific space. Now, this part is somewhat, well, it's a little bit tricky, but if you've already beaten the stage where you had to play as Mamoru and defeat every single Yamibito and Yamire on the ship, you will know what to do. So, this guy is patrolling this area back and forth. He thankfully cannot communicate with the Yamire. Rather, Yamire being alerted does not alert him. What we want to do is get out quickly when he's away. Defeat like two of those real quick, and get back into hiding.
Just keep farming.
Yeah, totally.
Jeez, this is like a Resident Evil level now.
Yes. Essentially, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you have these doors closed before he arrives. Because if they aren't closed, he is going to get suspicious. Honestly, I actually got pretty lucky with all of them just like going on a party here. But yeah, as you can see, he just like walks up straight up to these doors, and if they are open, yeah, he's going to investigate. But yeah, I sort of got lucky in this case scenario, because normally you have to do this Sangenen several times before you get all of the Yamire, but this time they just all swarmed. What you want to do now is like quickly go up to him, right behind him, flash him, and steal his weapon.
And then get assaulted by more Yamire.
Yeah, it's... what the hell happened there? It's like, this just is not... This just is not her day. On top of everything else, it's just like, just let me pass. Just let me pass already. They thankfully seem... Yamire, despite not having a specifically preset walk cycle, like Yamibito do for the most part. Same with you know, the Shibito. they do seem to have some sort of like an area that they can explore, and you're not going to go past a specific spot. So you can just outrun them and they will never follow you. Beating this stage in all technicality is possible with just the handgun. The handgun is the requirement for beating this stage. However, it's not advisable because, like, while you can beat the stage, it's a lot easier if you get the weapon and you need to get past that Yamibido anyway, who is now equipped with my golf club. And here we see something that's only relevant for another stage later. But this isn't our problem right now. Our problem is this Yamire who somehow snuck up behind me and is pushing me out into the open. We're not dealing with that. Not today. I am not wasting ammo on you, girl. So
That's the Resident Evil player in you.
At least here you can actually hit the enemy with your weapon without wasting ammo. But yeah, you want to make sure that you are fully loaded. And now you want to wait for him to get into good position. Just making sure that I'm not getting assaulted. Okay, you want to be careful because most of the times he does seem to have the entrance in his peripheral vision or close to it. So just take your time, examine like exactly where he goes, where he stops, and where he's facing away from you. And fuck it up anyway.
Yeah.
And so with that we have freed Shigeru. But he has recognized her somehow.
Yeah.
Don't ever underestimate a Japanese warrior. I'll show you what a kamikaze is!
Yorito's not doing good. He's not doing great. He also looks like I don't know if it's just me, but he kind of looks like he shaved off his eyebrows in that scene.
Don't piss me off, or you'll be sorry.
Which is very funny to me.
Yeah, I could see that.
But yeah, in this stage we actually deal with we actually have to deal with Koyamibido. But we don't actually have to engage with them in combat. Not in this version of the stage, at the very least. You can see him over here. I'm just not gonna, not gonna bother with this. It's not worth it. It just isn't. He's gonna get up anyway. And it doesn't interfere with our objective. There is another one of them patrolling around the schoolyard, which is going to be a bit of a pain in the ass to deal with. As well as his friends. And we do need the military shovel from this guy. So just don't switch it out for anything else. So this is kind of like our main objective for the stage. They don't really say it right now. But we want to get rid of all of these Yamire. Well, basically we want to destroy their nest, which is inside of the school. Because, I mean, they are literally, like, I believe in this stage specifically, they will keep coming endlessly until you deal with the school. Now, in one of the previous stages, we have also found like a certain interesting little object map for a treasure. It was very, very long ago. It was it was a map for time capsule, and it becomes relevant. Relevant for him in this stage. Actually, for both of the objectives, because hilariously, both of the objectives for this stage are very, very similar. So this is, yeah. What we need to do is follow the directions that are on the map. The map says like you need to turn to this place, walk this many steps this way, walk this many steps that way. But you can also, but so long as you have actually gotten the map at all, you can literally just, it seems that you can, for the most part, just like keep pressing X until you have found the interactable object. Whether the interactable object will show up with a prompt. But it won't be there unless you have actually ever gotten the map. So yeah, from the back of the statue, then towards there, and somewhere behind here, yeah, you will find a place that you can inspect. And so long as you have the shovel, you find the time capsule, which you have to examine several times. And I do mean it when I say several times. And as soon as we get it done, we want to get behind the turtle because, yeah, we don't particularly want to be found out. Now, he is behind the school, but I wanted to make sure that, like, which direction he's going to be going next. Yeah, he is going back, so that's not ideal. Because, as the objective said before, we need to get to that car. The reason why we need to get to that car is we need to change the tire. It's, you know, it's busted. And in order to change the tire, we need to have nobody be there. We cannot be engaged in combat. And we cannot be discovered. And sadly, the Yamire also count towards that, which combined with the Koyamibido, which we can't reasonably deal with because they are, as we have discovered, really annoying. I mean, it's purposely so. They are intended to be an obstacle that you deal with by sneaking rather than murdering them. But if you play your cards right, you can also defeat them. You just have to find just the right moment and get somewhat lucky. Like so.
So many blood-curdling screams.
Like the ears.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it takes relatively little time for this guy to get up, so we need to like do this quickly. And this is one of those occasions where, like, see, because like the prompt was already there, but the game just would not let me press it. And it took so long that the freaking Yamibito showed up. Oh, we get a Tinty. Now, we get to go on a mad rampage around the school with the car. We could defeat the Yamire this way, actually, because of course they are susceptible to light and to car damage, as most things are. But it doesn't make any sense to do it now, because they essentially will spawn endlessly. And as they say, we need to get up to a higher point, like so. But we need to be careful because there is a sniper over there, which is our old commander. I swear to God. You want to kill the torch, and then sneak behind him, blind him, and then unload.
This is it.
Mission accomplished.
So I did mix it up. It is not in this mission that we deal with the Yamire. I guess it's I guess in this mission it just seems as a explanation of please don't bother dealing with them. They're just gonna keep spawning.
Remember when they said we were almost at the top of the tree?
Yeah, and then we fell.
They've been waiting for this day. Hating humans. In the dark.
Why do they hate humans that are specifically in the dark?
I mean, she means that I believe she means that they were in the dark all this time, but never mind. They want them to get out more, you know.
Now instead of killing that one dude forever, we just got to get a camera.
Exactly, it's a much easier objective. We have actually already seen the camera in the previous mission when I was bouncing between the different Yamibido views. There was an object on the ground in the view of one of the Yamibido. This mission is way easier than the previous one. Girl, you did not see me, seriously. But yeah, that whole part with Tomoe, not important. Not relevant. Don't need to go there anymore. And yeah, this is the jump off. If you do it too early, you will actually hurt yourself. But if there is nothing to hurt you afterwards, it doesn't really matter. Because, like we have established before, HP kind of recovers indefinitely in this game, in a way. Not what I actually wanted to do, but also it doesn't really matter that much. It's not imperative that we actually have a weapon for this mission. It is still one of the objectives, but we can, for the most part, deal with most everything. Of course, this guy will be, well, not this guy, but the other guy is going to be taken out way easier if we do have a handgun as opposed to the golf club. But yeah, all the elements from the other version of the stage, they're still here, they're just not important right now.
Man, all this trouble we gotta go through just for a camera, bro. Just like go to the store and buy one, they're like $1. Jeez.
Well, it's a digital camera and it's 2005, so...
Why don't they just have like 30 cameras?
For the same reason why we don't have 10 houses.
Yeah.
I remember when I had my first digital camera, it was like... I want to say it was like 2003-ish, something like that. It was from Kodak. And it was kind of basic, but it also wasn't a bad camera at all. In fact, it was way better than the one that I had afterwards, because it's like a problem that that you had with a lot of early digital cameras was that yeah, this time I just Rambo'd it. Didn't even deal with the Yamire. Not really my problem, not gonna be coming back here. But yeah, the problem with a lot of like early digital cameras was that they would take a long time to actually take a picture. So you would snap it, but then you would have to wait like 2 seconds for the photo to actually happen. And that wasn't a problem with my first camera, but it was definitely a problem with my second camera. Because I believe they just used more or less exactly the same components, but it had like higher quality settings. So it just used the same processor and whatnot to do a lot more complicated stuff. But yeah, what we want to do here... What we want to do here, if I recall correctly... this was... Oh yeah, right.
Riveting.
We want to put the padlock key we found at one... we found. Take control of... take control of Tomoe. Get a little bit of rest and then try to take control of her again. Preferably when she's already like part way away from the doors. Now she's gonna take an eternity to figure her way out.
This is...
And that's it.
Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished.
Hold on. Sorry about earlier, letting you go like that. I just don't want to have any more regrets. Besides, I think there are times when 2 is better than 1. Hmm? Do you think you can trust me? Just a little bit.
You know what? You really are stupid.
Yeah, it didn't quite work out for him with his last boyfriend. It's like they like it literally lasted 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Tragic end.
Fastest romance ever.
I mean, at the very least, we know he. I mean, he's not doing good. He's not doing okay, as we can see here.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, look, pay attention to his space.
Don't ever underestimate a Japanese warrior. I'll show you what a kamikaze is.
It's like either he put so much mud on his face that it covered his eyebrows entirely, or somehow he found the time and means to shave them off.
Look over here, you monsters!
But yeah, I had this objective mixed up with the previous one. I mean, you can blame me. There's a lot of very similar beats across the two of them. But what you want to do is, similarly to the objectives with to that one objective with Mamoru, is prioritize first getting rid of the Yamire. As the game tells you, ammo is limited, so you don't want to be spraying your machine gun on everything. You can still kill like more dangerous enemies, no problem. You have enough ammo to do that, but the main bulk of damage you should consider to do with the car. Now, the interesting thing about the car, you remember how the Koya Mibito are invulnerable from the front? Well, it doesn't seem to apply to car damage.
Oh, well, I mean, it's a big-ass car, so I would hope not.
No, you have to sneak behind them with a car.
I thought you were gonna say that at first, like, yeah, you gotta freaking come up on them from behind with the fucking car.
No, the car does seem to have some kind of like a limit of like how much damage it can take, but it is a very sturdy car. And thankfully this time around there isn't anybody to interrupt me, so once this freaking text is gone from the screen, I can change the goddamn tire.
You're messing with the wrong man!
But yeah, similarly to the objective that we had with Mamoru, the game actually keeps track of the places where you should eliminate, like once the Yamire are eliminated. We don't really want to bother dealing with anything else until the Yamire are gone. We can sort of hear them disintegrating. We don't even we don't always even need to like touch them with our car. Oh, and you want to be careful in that in like corners in this area, because the car can get stuck. I have had it happen, and then the situation's kind of hopeless. I don't think it's intentional. It's just that I found like a spot where it just like messes up collision, and yeah, I just wasn't able to continue, and I had to restart the mission. But yeah, as you can see,
with all these bugs and stuff you find, why don't you just become a speedrunner already?
I mean, it's not useful bugs. It's like I found a way to not progress through the game. Yeah.
Slow run.
It's just like it's a speedrun to bug.
Yes.
But yeah, until the game tells you that you have defeated all of the Yamire in a given area, you have not defeated all the Yamire in a given area. But thankfully, you can actually defeat them in any order you want. And he's out, just like that. Thankfully, you can actually defeat them in any order you want. However, it's just easier to do it the way that the game tells you, because then you'll know, oh, I need to go there, do that. But say if I had gone to like around the road to the school and defeated all the Yamire there first, the game would actually tell me you've defeated all the Yamire there or something. But here right now I'm searching for the very last Yamire that is hanging out around here somewhere, apparently. Yeah, because it has yet to update the objective, and there he is.
Huh.
And now it's gonna tell me to eliminate them around the schoolyard. Which it actually skipped the road to school, because I have already done that. Okay, the Koyami Bito is not as much of a problem once you have a car. He can still take you out of the car if he happens to catch up with you. But it seems to take him a lot more effort to do so. And generally generally what will happen with the Yamibito is, because you have the lights on, this already starts to weaken them, and when you hit them with the car, it immediately defeats them. It wasn't the case with the Shibito, hilariously enough, despite them being a much earlier enemy in the game, because they didn't have any kind of weakness to light. But yeah, despite the fact that the Yamire sort of spawn out of the school, they do tell us to defeat them around the schoolyard. I believe they're just like for this mission they have limited it to a specific number that's gonna show up, which is still a lot, and you wouldn't want to deal with that on the first mission's objective, because, you know, it's not even helpful there. just run him over. But yeah, as you can see, the immunity to bullets does not apply to Car, because Car in fact is not a bullet. Not sure if they're... I'm not sure if that is... if that means that they're not weak to drowning if they get shot in the front. No. They're resistant to drowning from the front. That's what it is. Because they can be hurt with the bullets in the front. There's no logic. And here you just sort of want to go back and forth like a maniac. They're gonna keep spawning, but since they sort of spawn in like a predetermined line, it's pretty easy to get rid of them. It's actually kind of fun. Thankfully,
Or a
this
man
car.
on a mission this time.
Thankfully, this car can turn like very easily, because these roads would otherwise be very annoying. And what we're gonna do right now is gonna be mostly similar to what we had done before. Yeah, the playground area we have actually not been to yet. And that's because it's the place that was behind the sniper. And since in the last objective we only needed to... we needed to only get rid of the sniper to finish the stage, we never really seen this place. At least, not as Yorito, at least. Now that we have the... we want to be very careful around here, because this dude, he can actually like notice you from a very, very, very far away, just by a pixel of your head sticking out from behind the cover. It's kind of ridiculous considering how overgrown this chain link fence is. But this time, defeating him is not the solution. However, we may as well take his gun just so he does not have one. Or at least just so he does not have a freaking sniper.
Alright.
It's all right.
Yes. And now we get rid of the rest of the Yamire that are now active around the school. Of course, we're gonna do this with the car. As long as we don't get interrupted. So rude. But yeah, we don't really need the ammo for much else, so there's no reason for us to hold out on... No, we don't. No, we don't want to do that. We don't want to arm him. But yeah, there is a few more Yamibito that, Yamire that have spawned all around the school. I believe that the Ko Yamibito is also up. Yeah, of course it is. Well, while getting rid of the Yamire does slow down the respawn rate of the Yamibito, it does not make it impossible for them to revive. It just takes longer. But yeah, what I was actually trying to do was leave the car while the lights were still on. But no, in that specific spot, you just have to park.
Sergeant Victor. Goodbye. This is it.
And mission accomplished. Second time, with the exact same cutscene. Just
Hell yeah.
different road to it. I'll scroll and add it to the archive. Hell yeah, we're gonna save. And the next time, we will see the first ending to this game. There is 3 of them in total. So, see you then.